This is Robots in Disguise.
Skybite, you've been at the computer all day.
Don't bother me now, Slapper. I'm taking the online fish personality test.
I'm here to answer the important questions. 1. What is this? 2. Is it good? 3. Wait, wasn't there another show of the exact same name? For some reason we decided to stream Robots in Disguise on my server only to realize how both very plain and very insane this show is. Seriously, most of the show is very basic, but there are some lovable goofball characters. I'm gonna bet if you're a fan of this show, it's for the characters and not the plot. If it's for the plot, I beg you to watch more shows.
But I figured a way to net us some points with Megatron. Once they're here, I have a deliciously devious plan to capture them. First, I'll take them prisoner with my net.
The most standard Transformers episode formula is the bad guys want to steal the energy resource and the Autobots have to stop them. And most of the show is just a repeat of that formula. But of course, we have a flying shark that likes poetry, the 3 idiotic goons that are a toad, flying squirrel, and a skunk. We have a ton of Autobots, including gosh darn bullet trains, the most unlikable Ultra Magnus you may ever see, and Knockout in his past life as a yellow construction worker.
Had enough? Say uncle! Come to Papa.
We watched the English dub, which includes both terrible plain voice acting, and the funniest voices or quotes that catch you so off guard that you can't help but laugh. The time that the Decepticons flamboyantly clean the forest and direct traffic is so outrageously funny to me, and I don't even think half of it was meant to be that funny.
I just love being outdoors.
Especially in this beautiful forest. When we're through, this place will be as clean as a whistle.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're happy to help out.
Honestly, most of the show is cliche, like with your typical anime thing of announcing every move before doing it.
Twin Dragon Breath! Mirror Split! Super Turbo Punch! Fusion Laser Rifle!
The fighting sound effects could sound super lazy, which also made it funny sometimes.
This is your chance, guys. Go on, get out of here!
Yeah, so let's focus on the randomness. No, I'm not going to properly summarize this show. I thought I was going to do a serious, detailed summary, but then my brain rotted a little while watching and couldn't absorb the details. So now I'll do something better and summarize every single episode in a semi-true yet random way, based on whatever the hell I was able to remember. I'll try to do this in just 1 sentence per episode. Enjoy the insanity. 1. A scientist is kidnapped by Megatron to tell him about Earth's energy sources, and meanwhile, Optimus kidnaps his child.
Get in. We've got to hurry.
Okay. Hey!
Koji, listen closely. You've got to...
My dad's in danger. Somebody's gotta help him.
And somebody will. I'll do everything I can to help your father.
Boo-hoo! I'm shedding lubricant.
2. The Predacons try to get a terrorist bomb, but Optimus blasts it into space using a fire hose. 3. This is a typical runaway train episode, which introduces bullet train Autobots with day jobs.
Uh-oh, this is gonna be trouble. I'm on a commuter line. You ever seen a mob of angry commuters?
Hey. Uh-huh.
4. Introduces the Spy Changers, a group of Autobot cars who don't give a shit about physics.
What?
5. The Predacons and Autobots fight underwater and the car goes swimming. 6. More fighting, some ancient ruins, and then my partner commented on how massive Optimus's buns are. You're not going to unsee the thickness of those legs now. 7. An Autobot attracted to red sports cars is captured by the Predacons when Megatron flirts with him and leads him into a trap.
What curves, honey? You are really put together. Wanna go cruising? Oh man, what a downer.
8. In a chase after an old train, the Predacons die from environmental pollution. 9. Mirage realizes the Predacons put a bug on him, so he fools them by pretending to join them and using hand signals.
Why don't we go over all of our hand signals?
Man, that stuff really bores me.
Oh yeah, smart guy? Then tell me what this hand signal means here.
10. Skids arrives on Earth and scans a haunted race car, causing him to be obsessed with racing like the dead driver was. 11. This episode focuses on this lame, stupid tow truck that is the Patrick Star of the team.
Make way! Make way! Wide load coming through!
Don't lie, wait!
12. The Predacons think there is a dragon that can turn into a giant statue, so the Autobots play with their stupidity and use costumes to mess with them. Oh my god, what is happening here? 13. Boring recap episode. 14. The Predacons convert some Autobots into the off-brand Combaticons. 15. As the Decepticons try to destroy a dam, the Predacon goons cosplay as Optimus to attack them.
You're going for a swim. Whoa! Okay, I can handle this. Frog stroke. Swim, 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 swim. Uh-oh. Right, again. Swim, 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 swim. Dang. Problem solved.
16. The episode Volcano is about a volcano. Episode 17. The Predacons and Decepticons try to find the Autobot base but just destroy other random places, but don't worry, the dub makes sure that no one was actually harmed.
That was 10 empty summer homes!
Sorry, try the power plant.
That was just a normal power plant, move-or!
No, wait, hold on. How many people are actually dying in this show? I'm pretty sure people be dying. At this point I discovered every episode on TF Wiki is summarized in a haiku.
Would you like to hear my latest work? The Cobalt Ocean roils. Zephyrs blow cold and another hapless foe is crushed beneath my heel.
You might do better with limericks.
Huh?
Your imagery is derivative. It lacks semiotic cohesion. And the hapless foe is you.
18. This is the best episode where the Decepticons flamboyantly clean the forest and direct traffic. 19. While 18 was called The Test, episode 19 is called The Fish Test, and Skybite experiences animal cruelty by the hands of the Autobots. Also, they played a sound effect throughout the show that throws me back to Hell's Kitchen.
I tried to punch up my action chart this morning, but the screen froze.
How much capellini are you throwing away? Look at it! What are you doing, Melinda? What are you doing?
20. The Autobot version of the Constructicons magically drill a tunnel to Antarctica in 5 minutes to fight the Predacons stealing diamonds from an Antarctic diamond mine. 21. The Decepticons hijack the Autobots' global space bridge to send them away as they steal energy from the north, but the Autobots use their underground tunnel to the Arctic and drive there in about 5 minutes. 22. The Predacons destroy a tower and accidentally get hostages they can make demands in exchange for, but while keeping the hostages alive, Skybite learns how good it feels to do something heroic. Or, alternatively, Skybite considers changing sides because someone scratches his back.
If an Autobot is so kind as to scratch another's back, how bad could he possibly be?
23. The Decepticons have fun destroying every construction vehicle they can find, which seriously offends Wedge. 24. You wouldn't know by looking at him, but this white, yellow-eyed Autobot is Ultra Magnus, the biggest douchebag ever with pubescent rage because Optimus was chosen by Daddy Vector Sigma to have the Matrix instead of him. No, seriously, Ultra Magnus stuns fellow Autobots and drops them off at the junkyard like they're trash. 25. This may look touching, like the brothers are shaking hands, but no. Ultra Magnus is still an ass.
Forgive me, brother, and accept my apology.
Thank you, Ultra Magnus. I do, yes.
You're just as gullible as you always were, Prime. Now that your defenses are minimal, I'll absorb all your energy.
26. Another stupid recap episode. 27. Ultra Magnus is still being a douche, but he tries to get info from the Decepticons just to be stopped by his rightfully untrusting Autobot comrades. 28. Ultra Magnus goes back to talking to the bad guys, but he proves that he is still loyal to the Autobots in the end. 29. The Autobots search underground ruins, nothing we haven't seen before, and after hallucinating and attacking themselves, they manage to find Fortress Maximus. 30. Skyboy accidentally returns the kid's father to him, but I want to highlight the chibi moment. 31. The music in the start was shockingly bopping.
That doohickey?
These O-parts are known to send off a special vibe like radio waves.
I developed that particular device to detect the wavelengths of hidden O-parts.
But if we care about the plot, well, the Autobots finally get all the O-part pieces.
Look at the arrangement, the color and form. It's the Earth with an O-part placed on each one of the continents.
32. The Autobots and Decepticons are searching for globes made by people who either have no idea how the Earth looks, or sort of know, but insist on making the Arctic its own continent. 33. Fortress Maximus is activated but only responds to a child who believes hard enough. 34. The Autobots kidnap even more children to The Autobots kidnap even more children to control Fortress Maximus. 35. God, another recap episode. 36. I thought they would have already known this, but the Decepticons learned by doing their own kidnapping that any child can command Fortress Maximus. 37. Megatron, aka Galvatron, finally finds a use for his hand mode, and also kawaii Predacons. 38. Children get slapped by bats for the purposes of world domination, and I guess Galvatron absorbs all of Fortress Maximus's energy and becomes the boss battle as a surprisingly adorable dragon. 39. There is an epic battle, but I think the war is ended by children on the internet. That was it? Were you able to keep up? The basic idea is that the many characters have petty battles before collecting the O-parts and finding Fortress Maximus, a Titan. Firetruck Optimus fights Multiform Megatron, a Predacon. Megatron has other Predacon minions, but they convert some protoforms into military vehicles and call them the Decepticons. So the Decepticons are just a team under Megatron's command. Later, Megatron upgrades like he does in many shows to sell more toys, becoming Galvatron. There's also a running gag in each episode about this woman always having the worst of luck. She's always getting harassed by Sideburn, who is in love with her red car. And when she takes vacations to escape the stress, the bots end up having a fight exactly where she is. I just didn't mention this before because it's really not that funny. Should you watch this show? It's easy to, it's on YouTube, but in my opinion, you can pass. It's a bit basic and repetitive with no major stakes or character deaths. Its humor is weak, and I think the things we found funny were more accidentally done. Unless I got you interested by the randomness, then go for it. Of course, it's up to you. You might find something appealing about it that I didn't. Robots in Disguise is a fine name for a show the first time around. It comes from the old jingle of the original Transformers show. But what is not cool is using the title again after it's already been done. Now you have to type in Robots in Disguise 2001 or 2015 to get the right results. Why couldn't you have chosen something else 2015? If you are familiar with my channel, you may be wondering if I like Robots in Disguise 2001 more than 2015. After all, I'm often ripping the 2015 show apart for being a poor sequel to my favorite show, Transformers Prime. Well, this will shock you. I would rather watch Robots in Disguise 2015. Why? Because there was more going on in that show. New characters, new problems, sometimes there were more stakes, there was a better plot, I dare say. Nothing in the 2001 show impressed me and made me feel wow, but Robots in Disguise 2015 did with Starscream. And yeah, the voice acting and action is better in the 2015 show, in my opinion. They aren't shouting their moves before doing them. The only thing these shows had in common were that they include animals. The 2015 show actually references the construction vehicle named Grimlock by having the 2015 Grimlock, a dinosaur, adopt a construction vehicle costume for the disguise. If you want to hear my views on the 2015 show, here are some links you can follow. I also discuss other Transformers shows, especially Transformers Prime. You can find a ton of things on my channel, including information about my own Transformers free story game. I'd love it if you checked it out.